Hey folks, do you have an analog duo? Do you have an Everdrive? Want to get them to play nice? Here's some tips. Before we get into it, standard disclaimers. What I'm going to ask you to do is going to require you to do some small modification to your Everdrive. It's also going to require you to do some hot swapping of cartridges within the duo. I am not an electrician. I do not have detailed knowledge of the inner workings of the duo or of the Turbo Everdrive, various versions. So I can't guarantee that it will work with your Everdrive, can't guarantee it'll work with your duo, and I can't guarantee that the possibility for damage to either your Everdrive or your duo is zero. So if you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. If you do feel comfortable, understand you're doing this at your own risk. So with all the disclaimers out of the way, here is how to get your analog duo and your Everdrive 1.2 at least working with the duo. Now, the first problem that you're going to encounter is that the Everdrive out of the box is not going to fit in the analog duo. You're going to have to remove the top cover. Now, with the top cover removed, it will fit in the analog duo. But when you power it on, it is not going to be happy. It's going to tell you to insert a game. Please insert cue card or CD to play. So how do we get it to recognize the Everdrive? By not getting it to recognize the Everdrive. Grab another hue card. Any hue card will do, as long as it's a legitimate hue card that reads in the analog fine. Pop it in. When recognized, start the game. A little bit is fine. Go back to the menu. Quit the game. Okay. Go into library. Select the game. You with me? Now you're going to remove the game and replace it with your Everdrive. Resume your game from the library. There is your Everdrive menu. You can select through your games. There you can see my OS version and firmware version of my Everdrive. Hit run. It will take a while to load. Notice that the Everdrive is working away. Be very patient. I'm not going to wait the full time. I'll edit this down. So folks, couple caveats. In-game hook does not work. So you have to go through the swap method again if you want to get back to the menu. Probably want to be careful of doing that excessively if you're just trying to browse through and try a bunch of games for a couple minutes. That's a lot of wear and tear on that socket, a lot of wear and tear on your Everdrive. So just be mindful of how much you're doing it if you do decide to do this. Every game I loaded seemed to work just fine off the Everdrive. I didn't have any problems with it. I played through Street Fighter 2. I played through Keith Courage. I played through Ninja Gaiden. They all seem to work just fine. So hope this helped you out. And if so, drop a little like or a comment down below, especially if you know any other tips or tricks for the analog duo.